Hi everyone, I'm one of the dog handlers at No More Kennels and we're just here to give you a few tips on how to look after your dog during this lockdown period that we're all stuck in right now. It's not fun for any of us, I know, and having dogs that are constantly needing your attention can't be easy when you're stuck at home all the time. So here's just a few tips of what to do and what not to do while you're at home during this lockdown. For example, taking a dog on really long walks, if it's not used to it, is really dangerous for the animal and we don't recommend it, especially if your dog is one of the brachycephaly type dogs, which is the flat-faced dogs, such as your bulldogs, your Frenchies and your pugs. We don't recommend that you take them on really long walks as it can be really dangerous for them. And we would advise paying attention to the weather as well, as being very hot that it is at the minute, they can overheat very quickly, and as the pavements get very, very hot as well, we say do not take them on the pavement if you can avoid it. Stick to your regular length walks, don't take them on excess long walks, and just enjoy the time you have with them at the moment.
Here at No More Kennels, we love Doggy Birthdays, so does Ted. He's 9 today. During isolation, don't forget to celebrate your dog's big day.
Hi everybody, I hope you're keeping well. My name's Kelly and this is Bo. We just wanted to do a little video regarding an article that we'd seen recently written and released by a leading animal psychologist and behaviourist, and to see if there's any help, tips, advice that we can offer you during this time. Basically, the article talks about our dogs adjusting to us returning to normal life prior to this global pandemic and the lockdown restrictions, and the risk of separation anxiety developing within your dogs when we start to leave them alone for longer periods of time again. So this definitely isn't going to apply to all dogs, but almost inevitably to some. So separation anxiety can be displayed through various behaviours, from excessive barking, howling, chewing. The dogs may urinate, defecate within the home, and can also make dangerous escape attempts, which more than likely will result in some form of self-injury. So we'd suggest implementing some behaviour changes into your daily routine now if you haven't already, and that will hopefully help your dogs to adjust a little better when we start returning to work, education or travel. So one of these scenarios could be giving your dog some time alone in a separate room for you to up to half an hour at various intervals throughout the day. If your dog does start to develop or display any signs of stress or anxiety, you could try applying a counter-conditioning method. So for dogs with mild symptoms of separation anxiety, counter-conditioning focuses on developing an association between being alone and good things like their favourite treats or their favourite toys. To develop this kind of association, every time you leave your dog alone, you could offer him or her a high value treat such as a Kong filled with Kong paste or peanut butter. Lick mats are great, snuffle mats are great. If you freeze the lick mats and the Kongs, they'll last much longer and your dog will get much more enjoyment out of them. Be sure to remove these high value treats and toys when you return home so that your dog knows that they only have them when they are alone or when you're leaving the house. Keeping a TV on and a radio for some background noise is also proven to help dogs when they are being left alone. So that's something to consider. So we hope that this small tip helps in some way, and if you do already have growing concerns regarding your dog displaying signs of stress or anxiety, most veterinary practices do have, they usually are associated with veterinary behaviourists who would be able to offer you the highest standard of advice regarding this and what to do moving forward. So I definitely advise speaking to your vet if you are concerned. But I hope you're all keeping well and I hope you all keep safe, and thank you for watching.
During these really strange times, it is really, really important to still keep your dog's brains active. The best way you can do this is by using toys you might already have at home. If not, you can make these things. For instance, I've made this snuffle mat. And this was literally just a grip mat that I had at home, and I've ripped up an old blanket. You can hide treats in this and it keeps the dog's brains active because obviously they're searching for the treats. You've also got Kongs that you can pop treats in and little frisbees. I've also got a little bubble machine because most dogs do love to play with water.
Try to reduce your own stress levels, as dogs can pick up on this and also become stressed and anxious.
When you dry your dog with a towel,
make sure you're just squeezing, just patting and squeezing. If you rub your dog, kind of like in this motion, you're just going to put mats into your dog, which are going to be really difficult to get out. So just squeeze the leg, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. That's much better. Then you can move on to drying. When you're drying, make sure you're not going around in circular motions, the same with drying with the towel. Make sure you're just going in and out and up and down. In and out, up and down. In and out to straighten. Up and down. In and out. See how there's no mats there? Because I've literally just gone in and out, up and down, in and out. You probably won't have a dryer like this at home. So if you're just using a dryer like this, which is good enough, it just takes a bit longer, make sure you're doing the same. So up and down, in and out, up and down, in and out, and down, in and out. And just do that until your dog's dry. So you can see by doing your in and out movement, side to side, up and down. I've not even brushed his coat. And it's just so gorgeous. There's loads of different brushes that you can use. All I'm going to use on him today is this, which is a mat breaker or a dematter, and a comb. So I'm just going to go through really gently and just give him a little comb. If there's any mats at all, the comb will find them for me. Okay. Okay, you want to hold down the fur and push it. If you're kind of doing it up in the air like this, this is going to pull and hurt the dog. So if you're holding down and pushing, it's not going to hurt. So I know that I've blown out a lot of mats, but I found some under here. Now, if you're going to demat a dog, it can become a welfare issue. You can't really try and get a mat out for more than 2 to 3 minutes. If it's going to take any longer than that, the dog needs to be shaved, because it's really it's distressing for the dog. It hurts the dog, and also if a mat can't come out in a couple of minutes, it could potentially have hot spots. It could be too close to the skin. It's going to have to be shaved out. So you can just, again, hold on to where you're brushing and then just do the same as the comb. So like that. Just going through, finding any little mats and taking them out with this. A lot of the mats are sometimes underneath the armpits. So again, just hold and then just use it like this to take it out. There's a common misconception that dogs that have long hair will need to be groomed. So, oh, I need to book him in for a groom because, you know, with this weather it's roasting hot, and that's not true. So the fur can help to regulate the temperature of a dog. The only time that your dog would need grooming is if it is excessively matted. The air will flow through the fur unless it's matted. So if you've got a dog that's brushed
every single day and that air is flowing through the fur then and through the hair, there's absolutely no need for you to panic and think, oh, I need to get my dog groomed because its hair's really long. That's not true. If it's matted, then it will need grooming because the air can't circulate, and that could affect your dog and make your dog overheat. So just bear that in mind. Should I carry on with brushing you? Yeah. Oh, you're gorgeous.
And here's Tuts, all groomed, feeling fresh and very happy.